A lot of homeowners are so fixated on creating a home that they really can't afford. And this is because they look at homes that their neighbors or family or friends have created, and that's the version of home that they want. This gets in the way of creating the beautiful version of home that is actually theirs. In this episode, we reflect on the mindset needed to create a unique home. This podcast is brought to you by Moat Projects Limited. The podcast is for educational purposes only. Seek professional advice to get specific help for your project. Enjoy this week's show. Welcome to an architect and a DJ build a home podcast. My name is Mphangela and I'm the architect. I'm not with the DJ today, but I promise you, you are in good hands. And today we'll just be reflecting on the mindset that's needed in order for you to create a unique home. So many times the starting point for homeowners is making reference to what they've seen or what somebody else has created. And the trouble for a lot of architects who are helping homeowners is that they don't really get a sense of what a homeowner would really like, what their lifestyle is like, what their experience is like. What you're given most times is, okay, this is the picture, this is what I want. And what you're really doing there is just drawing from a home that has gone through somebody else's process and not really using the creative process to be able to understand what home you need to create. So today is just really some reflections on the foundational steps that you need in order to create a home that's actually for you. So the first point is really about you being honest about your budget and being honest about your status. Usually what happens is that by the time you're getting to construction, designs have been done, and you find that a homeowner can't afford the home that they're building. And this could have been sorted out right at the very beginning. And I think many homeowners are in denial most of the times. They don't want to be told that you don't have the money to do this. So they'll keep going into a process. And when you get to construction, it's actually too late to make any changes that will make a significant difference in your budget. So the starting point is a really good place for you to understand what your budget is, what you can afford. And sometimes this really needs you to look at your finances. It really needs you to take a seat and say that, okay, if we spend so many number of years building a home, how much money can we put aside, or how much money are we able to get in order to build this home? And it's from those reflections, from that analysis, that you'll be able to tell an architect that I am working towards this budget. The creative process is not about whether you are rich or whether you have a little money. The creative process works for any spectrum of the income bracket. So whether you're at the high end or the low end, the creative process can actually help you to get what it is that you want. But what architects really need when they're starting is to understand, where are you? What's your reality? And what is your status? It doesn't matter what your status is, but be honest about it. Be honest about where it is that you are. Most of the times, the Pinterest images that are presented to architects during the process, those are for really high-end homes, and it's just not accessible to a lot of people. So I think there's a reality check that's needed at the very beginning, that if you do face whatever reality that it is that you have, you'll definitely get the benefit of the creative process and the value of having people helping you to get you what it is that you need. The second point is really that the starting point has to be an analysis of your lifestyle. So we've talked about this quite a number of times in previous seasons of the podcast. And what you're really trying to do is understand who is it that's using your home and what's the uniqueness of each individual who's going to use your home, and what is it that they need in order to live the life that they're living. So you need to think about your kids. You need to think about what stage they're at and what stage they're going to. You need to think about yourself as well. Like how do you use the home? What are your thoughts on the different spaces in the home? This forms a really, really good basis and a really good starting point, even better than the aesthetics part. That really forms a good basis to now help an architect and a designer. If you're getting an interior designer on board, it helps them understand what is it that you're trying to support. Because really that's what the home is about. It's supporting your lifestyle. So in order for you to do that really well, you actually need to understand how it is that you live. And again, it takes time. It takes time to pay attention to it. It's something that you don't always pay attention to. So it can be different. It can be a different experience of this process that you're going through. And you may feel impatient with it, but I promise you in the long run, you'll get a very good result. Then the third point and reflection that I wanted to bring is just that you need to be able to give yourself permission to choose a route that is not chosen by other people, to choose something that's different from what other people have done. When we talk about a unique home, it means that there isn't anything like it. And it does need a bit of brave thinking. It does need a bit of stepping out from comfort zones. You don't always have to have an open plan space if you don't like it, if it doesn't match what it is that you want. You don't always have to follow the current trends. Your home can be exactly the way that you want it. Architects and designers are also there to help you to challenge your thinking in terms of thinking of things in a different way. You may have certain fixed ideas of what home is like if I give an example of the homes that I grew up in when I was younger, the dining room space was very defined. You know, there was always a formal eating space. But as we've grown older and in my own family life, that's not really the way we live. That's not really the way that we've arranged our space. And it's more flexible, it's more relaxing. And it's fine for you to do that. You don't really need permission from other people to create the home that's just for you. And like we've said before in other episodes, and we'll actually share the links to it so that you can go back to them. What we've said before is that it's your money. It's going to be your space that you are going to be in for a very long period of time. So take care to make sure that what it is that you are doing actually reflects where it is that you are at. And if you're not so sure about where it is that you are at, just take the time to really think about it. It's great if you're doing it as a couple, because then you've got another opinion, you've got another observer to bounce ideas off and to ask questions about and just go in deep. If you're not doing it as a couple, you're on your own, you can ask people who know you, like, okay, what do you see about me? What things do you think that I'm drawn to? So it's really just about giving yourself permission to say that this is my home and I can do it the way it is that I want. I will acknowledge the reality that I'm in. I will acknowledge the budget that I have. If I don't have the budget, or I'm not aware of where I am in my finances, I'm going to do the work to make sure that I do know. And then it will be a rewarding process. It's not a quick fix process, that I promise you. It's something that you pace yourself for because it's a long journey. On average, individuals do their houses for even 7 years. Most of the couples that we feature, families that we feature on the show, they've taken a period of like 7 years from when they started up to when they actually move in. So it is a long journey and it is a commitment. So the time is worth it. But I promise you, the reward that you get at the end of it will be worth it. So I hope these reflections help you. Do let us know. By putting in a comment what you think and what your thoughts are. What areas of the home building process actually challenge you, and we'd love to hear it. Thank you for listening, and we will see you soon. An Architect and a DJ Build a Home podcast has been brought to you by Emote Projects Limited. The show is hosted by Kalenga, he's the DJ, and me, Mphangela, I'm the architect. Media by Monkey Business Agency. Music by Bless the Creative.